so that's cool. Uh,
Oh, I'm
that
hearing
would
something from somewhere. Oh, it's because I had us open.
hear what?
Just hearing all of the inputs.
No, because I had the stream open and I'm like, there's something coming from somewhere and I don't know where it is and it's bothering me. But I fixed it because
Okay.
I'm a genius. No, I'm not.
Look, you can't even tell my headset's plugged in. My beard's covering.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's wireless. Wow.
Ooh. So, crap.
What?
Nick, did you tell them about the mini edit that we're gonna do?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Oh well,
we're
I
good on that.
told Tyler, Brandon, we're gonna be amending the Vol episode just a little bit towards the end to make sure it lines up with episode 13. And me and Glenn will do that sometime this week. It's I listened to both episodes, Glenn, and there's gonna be a few more details, but we'll discuss that.
Okay, cool.
Vol hears this weird clanging as a small child cries in a cage.
Oh yeah.
It's more than one detail, Glenn. After listening to that episode,
Well, they were far enough away. A lot of it may not be audible to them,
we'll see.
or audible to you.
What, you mean banging a hammer on a wall isn't quiet?
Firebolting a stone.
Sorry, Glenn. There's gonna be a lot of coughing in this. I'll do my best to cover it up.
He's okay.
The concept is interesting, where Vol's like, I'm gonna wait 5 minutes to see what my friends will do, and he pretty much hears like random chaos, essentially. Just like, sounds like somebody's smithing in there. There's somebody who just locked himself up bawling. Somebody's shooting fire. Somebody's shooting more fire.
It's a war zone in there.
Well,
Who
I
could
mean,
we're
be
about to
shooting
shoot
all this
fire.
fire.
we investigate our own ways, you know? Ugh. I try investigating with the power of money. Brandon does it by lying. And
I don't know what
You
you're
mean
talking about.
investing.
Nick,
Does it by
uh,
smacking things.
I was gonna say by using his actual skill set.
No.
But we
Yeah,
found
it
him, and that's the
has.
important part.
We did find him. We rescued him,
maybe.
right, Magdor? Hopefully, yeah. Should we be paranoid this is a clone and we immediately try to like impress or
You should
test him
probably
up?
You should probably hit him with something.
Okay.
I mean, you already got that knocked out.
That is
Should've
true.
firebolt immediately.
Anyways,
Dodge.
Yeah, let's. You guys want to start?
Sure.
I'm ready.
I can't fucking believe we're live on Twitter. Sorry.
That's really cool. Yeah.
get your dice ready because we are back to another session of Casual Questmasters. Welcome to our own favorite, everybody. Representing officially this time for Neverwinter is Nick Hill, Chody Mella.
Help me, save. No, I'm fucking back, motherfuckers.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Hi, I play Vol, Nightwalker, Val Nagoni, a Goliath Ranger, and he's fucking tired.
I sleep. Brandon Thresher.
Magdor Band Iron, and I'm tired of all this fighting. Can we just sign an armistice?
You only
God
took
fucking
his
damn it.
joke and used it as a spring. And yours truly, Tyler Vito as Nox, the lad who's worried about his friend Vol, but managed to get distracted at every goal. And last but certainly not least is our all-powerful dungeon master, Glenn Houston. How you doing, Glenn? Glenn is temporarily broken. Okay, I was like,
Can I not go last? Because you guys' puns are always really good.
if you want to lead it off, yeah. You want to take it from the top?
I just always end up laughing the whole time. I'm just like, I'm
That's
Glenn,
why I
the
stopped writing
dungeon
it down.
Hey guys, this is Glenn. He likes turtles.
I like turtles. Razor
Nice.
Turtle Slayer.
You know, my birthday is International Turtle Day,
When is
Which is,
International Turtle Day? Yeah.
May 23rd. I think that's what it is.
That's-
Like International Sea Turtles Day
If
or
you
something.
lie to me, I will not forgive you ever.
I doubt that. I may be lying, but I doubt that you'll never ever forgive me.
I forgive you.
I'm
Thank you.
impressed. You're like maybe one day off or the exact day is my mother's birthday? Question mark.
Do you not know?
Well, I was almost certain, but I'm like, wait, I think it's the 20. And then I didn't want to say it online, though I'm on Facebook. Look,
It's World Turtle Day. That's what it is.
Okay.
it's been a year. She gives me the whole weekend to guess, and so it's like, I'm close, okay?
Fair enough.
Hmm.
I'm
My mother's
close.
birthday is also within a week of that day.
Also,
When's
I
my
want people to
birthday,
guess
Tyler?
when they get my password, March 25th.
It's easy for him to remember.
Wait,
Although our birthdays
prob-
are a month apart today, this year.
Yeah, no, it's 2 months and a day because of leap year. Curses. Bleh. So,
I wish I was elite, baby. Are you gonna roll to find out who gets to recap?
you
Oh,
bet
yeah.
your ass we're gonna
We're-
roll
we're
to
here to
see
play
who gets to
games.
recap.
Dungeons and Dragons!
Okay, we probably should say Nick is exempted, but you know what? That's okay. I rolled a 14.
I rolled an 11.
And I rolled a 17.
So, Nick,
mean-
despite technically not being here for the last episode, are you good for this challenge? Are you okay, buddy?
I'm kind of
Uh,
interested to see what he says, having just listened to the episode.
Yeah, I think I could do it. I'm only having
Ooh.
issues figuring out how it started, but I think I can get there.
Okay,
So
well,
I don't even remember how it started, so we're good.
I mean,
so
what the Google Drive is
I'm not
for.
gonna I'm not gonna look at the notes. So I'm gonna do this completely
What?
off memory. 'cause
You're
I'm
gonna
definitely
make me
listening to
write the whole dang thing for funsies. You know what? This is gonna be more entertaining. This is worth it. Do it. You
I can
won't.
give you the start if you want to.
Bet.
Let me try and then we'll see.
No balls.
So, previously on Casual Masters. Previously on Casual Quest Masters.
Got it.
Macdor and Nox, feeling a little weary from Macdor's survival in the prisoner pit, decided to take a short rest. This is gonna be like the Spark Notes version. I believe they a little bit after.
No, you're
Yeah, that's episode
An
12.
episode behind.
yeah, that's 12. Yeah.
Nick, you're hurting yourself.
No, this was so at the start they decided to take a short rest right after the
No.
no?
Episode 12, you're hurting yourself.
They had taken a
Um,
long rest after somebody visited them.
Well, no,
Oh,
that
so-
was like
No,
halfway
sorry.
through. We
They had
started in
taken
the
a long
bar.
rest.
No, yeah. He started in the bar. Fuck. Okay, wait. So wait, do you go to the Sage in episode 13 as well?
That it was the end of 12 that we went.
Okay.
Or not the sage.
13,
the
they were
old
going.
guy,
They were going to
Albus.
Clear Light to go get you. That was the goal. They were like,
All right,
We were
listen,
walking
this is what
down
happened
the
in
s-
episode 13, motherfuckers. Magdor was walking around, changing his costume all
Say it.
willy nilly down the street. He got captured by the police and then decided to get interrogated because Magdor decided that he was going to tell them the whole life story about how they got there and what they were doing. And the police didn't believe him because because they're like, "Hey, look, here's a finger. How do we know that you didn't kill somebody to obtain this finger?" And then Nox intervened, gave them the actual information, actually helped out. Magdor saw two people who looked alike who thought might have given him the coin. That's like, "Hey, listen, we captured your buddy Vol, so we're just gonna, bring the scroll to Clear Light, and then you'll see him alive." They almost got the guard's captain's son hung. That didn't happen, fortunately. The actual person was missing, and then they were placed under house arrest. While under house arrest, they
"Oh,
fluffed about for a little bit. They decided to fall asleep. Is this is while they were under a house arrest? Was this when Nox used Crosive to scout out Clearlight? Yes,
That is correct, yeah.
Nox warred into Crosive, scouted out Clearlight, saw somebody who looks familiar inside, figured out that the coin spinners, who inhabit that temple of the Lady of Wealth and Luck,
Timora."
Timora. Yes, thank you, DM. So essentially a soup kitchen, and that they were doing good, and they were helping out, the less fortunate in Luskin.
Yeah, they must be
Um,
good.
They must be good. Krosev went up to a window, saw Sipsian inside, and they're like, "Oh shit, Sipsian's part of the coin spinners," or at least this was Nox thinking. And then the warg ended, and then they were all just kind of hanging around, fell asleep, and then woke up to Sipsian there. Well, no, specifically, Sipsian woke up Magdor, and Sipsian's like, "I'm here to help," and Magdor's like, "All right, that seems fair. Here's a coin to gain Nox's trust," and then Magdor went to wake up Nox. Nox did like some sort of backflip because he was woken up from sleep onto Magdor, and then he was getting ready to kill Magdor, and then he saw Sipsian. Didn't believe that Sipsian was Sipsian because for whatever reason he believed that Sipsian sent the pirates to attack us randomly in the forest, and then a whole bunch of shit ensued, and then finally they could have a conversation where Sipsian's like, "Hey, listen, I just want to help you find your friend, but you have to leave me alone. Tell Never Ember that I either died or you couldn't find me, and then you have a deal." And they're like, "All right," and it all turns out that they just want the scroll, backdoor scroll, which supposedly is to help him on his quest for Ethereum. Um, but Magdor's not really too sure about that, as I believe. Okay, this is more of a player thing. Was it he got the scroll in exchange for the knowledge of Ethereum? Was that it?
No, he got the scroll with
In
the
exchange
promise
for the
that-
favor
Well,
solely.
yeah, the favor and that information inside this Dwarvish Finding Scroll would lead him to Ethereum eventually.
Right. So Sipsian then dropped a bunch of names and lore and stuff, and everybody's kind of confused, and Nox grew even more suspicious. There's the Arcane Brotherhood, the Coin Spinners, Brigand Aerith, then there's Never Ember, and then there's like Vol's gone, so what the fuck is happening? And so Sipsian gave them the location of a roadhouse that the Coin Spinners used that was along the coast north of Luskin. Nox and Magdor proceed to head there. They see what seems like a relatively normal family. Um, Before they approached the roadhouse, though, they were getting ready to slaughter everybody inside. But then they got a little close and they're like, let's probably not do that. Nox went up and tries to get some information. There's a kid that comes out, there's a couple, there's a grandfather or like an old man. And it's kind of like, yeah, we're just hanging out, we're just doing our thing. And then Nox loses his shit because their shit because they're like, oh, I can't find Vol. What do I do? And then starts burning furniture because you just went. That's what you do. You just go up to a stranger's house and you burn furniture. And then everybody's kind of like, what the fuck? And then Magdorf, in a moment of unusual intelligence, is like, here, pretend to throw the scroll off the cliff and let's see if they react. And then Nox did that. And the kid comes out and it's like, all right, what the fuck do you guys do? I was just trying to help you out and put up an act, put up a front. Um, some chit chat happens, and eventually Magdor is like, "All right, I'll give you the scroll. Show me where Vol is." Nox is like, "It's a fucking trap. He's lying." And then when the kid actually shows where Vol is, Nox is like, "No, it's still a fucking trap. That's not true." Magdor gives him the scroll. Kid walks off. Magdor goes into the cave, finds a cage that Vol is supposedly kept in. Nox is still like, "It's a fucking trap." Oh, I should probably go help out my friend if it's a trap, and finally heads down to the cave. Then they faff about in the cave for a little bit. There's a stone that fucking gets charged for no reason. Magdor's bashing on the walls. Nox channels his inner Eeyore and turns into Eeyore Indiana Jones. Is fucking howling and echoing and reverberating through the cave system for whatever reason. At some point, I'm pretty sure he turns into a dwarf as well, and he's like, charge, and charges into nothing, burns up a war chest. God knows fucking why. And then when they come back to the main central chamber, the Krosa finally returns to Nox. And Krosev's like, hey, there's a tall man outside. Nox, fireball at the ready, runs outside towards the cave and is getting ready to attack whoever's outside. Does that seem like sufficient? Did I
This is a
capture it?
long episode.
Recap I think we've ever had.
You know, I think you hit all the points of the Spark
Two
Notes, yeah.
inspiration points.
Oh, thank you very much.
That was crazy.
Oh
my god. I didn't expect you to remember so much. Holy crap.
I mean, he just listened to it, so you got to give him a little credit.
I forgot about the dwarf part.
No, I mean, yeah, but I listened to it over, in Glenn's defense as well. I listened to it over 2 days, and the fact that and while I was driving, so it wasn't continuous. So I'm kind of impressed. I remembered a lot of that too. So before we get into it, I will also quickly recap what's happening with Vol, because at this point, if you're listening to this, you should have access to an episode regarding what was going on with Vol in all this time that Nox and Magda were doing their thing. Um, so essentially, Vol was kidnapped, put in a cage. He wakes up in a cage. He sees two of his captors. Trade some words with them. They're like, "Fuck you. We were just told we were looking for a dwarf. Couldn't find the dwarf, so we bought you." Vol's like, "All right, can I get some water?" Get some water. He gets some water in a cup. He breaks the cup while they're asleep. Picks his way out of the cage, and he starts exploring, trying to find his gear because they took his gear. They hid it. Finds his gear, but he finds a man along with his gear, playing with his sword. Vol does not like this. Vol had taken a chair with him and tries to fight the man. Vol is unsuccessful, goes down hard. Wakes up back again in his cage, nothing around him, nothing he could use to, pick his way out. And then what does Vol do? Vol goes to sleep because he's tired and he just got the shit kicked out of him.
Oh yeah.
And then he wakes up, or at least he's awoken by the other person, one of the other captors. So
Who
two
is
captors.
a-
I'll get to that. Two captors. One was the young human who was playing with a sword, who beat the shit out of him. The second captor was a drow. So he's woken up by the drow. Drow says, "Don't freak out. They want your dwarf friend because of his scroll. Something arcane brotherhoods, something coin spinners. We were just told to grab you." We recorded the episode before I left, so that's as much detail as I remember. And also, I think he said, "Don't tell anybody about this." He set me free, or he said Vol free. Vol goes to retrieve his stuff. And before he set Vol free, he had gotten the younger human drunk and escorted him out of the cave system. And so they're gone. Vol's now free. He explored a little bit, got his gear back. In the cavern with his gear, he noticed a like a an irregularity in the sand. Swept away the sand, found a little trapdoor, opened it up. There was a mini chest. Vol grabbed the chest. When he grabbed the chest, he heard his friends coming to the cave. He's like, "This seems suspicious. They're after his life. Why Magdor's life? Why the fuck are they here?" Vol not really because he got the shit kicked out of him. He was
No toilet
kidnapped.
paper
He's in
either.
a cage. He's not exactly super trusting right now. He's a little cautious. And so he chucks a stone into a different cavern to try and distract them. Success. But then when he gets out, for whatever reason, I think upon seeing the sunlight or whatever, he waits around for a little bit. And then that's where we're gonna pick it up. He, for whatever reason, Vol turns around, hears his friends coming, and is getting ready to deal with things.
So first things first. Great job.
Thank you.
Go ahead and roll to hit with that firebolt real fast for me, Nox.
Can I use my inspiration? I'm just kidding. I please don't. I rolled a 19.
A 19
Roll
will
damage.
hit.
Okay. Do I have to roll damage or
Mm-hmm.
Roll damage.
okay?
I kind of treated it like a prepared reaction or prepared action. So it's like the trigger was I see someone that I don't know, and since it was just a silhouetted person, you were like, "Ah!" And now that your eyes adjust as you're throwing it, you're like, "Fuck, that's full."
So I did 8 fire damage with that hit then.
Okay. So as a preface to that attack, what you're gonna see, at least with what Vol is doing, what you're gonna see as you're coming around the corner or as you're entering, you're gonna see the cavern entrance or whatever. Vol standing there, chest in one hand. It's a small chest. How big would you describe this chest, Glenn?
It's like a jewelry box.
Okay, so like a lockbox.
Yeah, so like 6
Okay.
by 3 or 4 inches, so not very big at all. Yeah.
Okay. That in one hand and a sword in the other hand, and he had just said, "Who goes there?"
And you pointing your sword at him, right?
I go there.
And then, what the
Hits you in
fuck?
And then I swing my hammer.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Your eyes have
I'm
adjusted,
still-
like, well, I guess we're hitting him now.
Yeah, so I was behind Vol, so I'm like running out here. Oh,
Yeah, I knocked.
nice fireball. You got him.
And just for everybody to understand, it's a
Wait.
firebolt. I know I keep saying it sounds like
Okay,
fireball. It's a fireball is bad. Firebolt is okay.
Fireball is much scarier.
And I'm actually gonna go around to swing my hammer, but because I have to go around, it gives me an extra second to look. Like I pull my hammer up, and I'm like, wait, oh,
Dwarf.
Oh,
Nox.
what are you doing outside the cave?
What are you guys doing here?
Did you fireball Vol?
I I look at my fingers still like smoking and pointing at Vol, and I go, and I like quickly tuck it behind my Nox's back, like I shot the gun, but I'm hiding the gun, and I am going to, out of like pure panic, like this is the end of like a sad scene where I finally found the person I've been looking for all this time, and I start charging forward. It almost looks like I'm getting ready to tackle him, but I leap into his abdomen and I just embrace him as tightly as I can.
Oh, slow down there. How
Well,
many
you
days has it been?
10.
10.
two
10 days.
Magdor, enough. Magdor, you've done your lie counter for like all weekend. It's been a little on, but it's been 2 days full.
All right.
It's felt like 10.
How'd you find me?
They got my scroll.
Who?
The coin spinners.
Magdor, he probably doesn't even know who the coin spinners are.
If they captured them, why wouldn't they know who they are?
Well, they're not going to announce it like just willy nilly to him.
Vol, how did you get captured?
I don't know. This is. I genuinely have no idea how they got the drop on me. 1 minute, the last thing I remember is we arrived at the inn. Knox fell asleep in the bed. You were out drinking, and I took the couch. And then the next thing I remember is waking up in a cage.
Knox shudders thinking about that. Just the idea that somebody managed to break in without them noticing.
Hi, Glenn.
Oh, you do remember the kind of dream mixed with reality you had at the beginning of that, right?
Yes, no, I remember that.
Okay, cool. I didn't know
Yeah.
if that was something that you were choosing to omit or if. Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, it's full. In response specifically to the question on how he got captured, he's not sure. He could probably deduce maybe like magic or drugs or something.
I was going to say you would recognize that you were probably drugged during that time because that's where the vivid visions would have come from, is the actual drugs themselves. But
right now, to Volt, that's not important. Vol is confused. Like he's known that his friends have been in this cave system for a few minutes now.
As for the loud noises and crying.
Yeah. Who led you here?
Knox gives like a deep sigh because they weren't ready to actually say that detail quite yet, but they kind of look up at Vol, and Vol, you see that.
You hurt.
Yeah.
Let me heal you real quick.
Knox looks up to you, Vol, and you see that normally their character has two blue eyes, but suddenly one of them is now a yellowish gold. Almost like a bright orange, or a yellow. I go, we might have had to make a deal with somebody that, well, we thought we're supposed to hunt. I'm not even sure. You remember Charlemagne?
Charlemagne. No.
The drow that we're supposed to be hunting because of
Sibsin.
Neverember.
Not Charlemagne, Sibsin.
Wait, his name is Sibson?
His name is Sibsin.
I've been calling him Charlemagne this entire time, and you guys... I look at the dossier and I realize it says Sibson. Shit. Sibson.
No, I mean, we can get to that. Who let you here right now?
The
How
kid.
did you find me? What kid?
The kid who took my scroll.
There's some kind of mage. I think he was a mage because he resisted my magic incredibly easily. At a cabin up atop the cliff top.
You
And
mean right here?
right here.
And
And
he couldn't have gotten far.
I sent Krosov after him, so Krosov can give me a rough idea which direction he told me, but he was just going up the beach. How long have you been
This-
standing out here?
Vol is gonna start. He's not gonna respond to that. Vol's gonna start looking around to see if he sees any tracks.
You can see some tracks that head off to the south that look like they're headed towards where, to the south. And as you look that direction, the rising sun on the horizon is, kind of blurring some of that vision, but you can see the figure of Krosiv flying back, which looks like he'll be here pretty soon. Returning.
Krosov's already back.
He's on his way. Yeah.
No, Krosov already came back because that's how Nox knew that I was at the entrance. He'd
Oh,
already
that's
returned
right.
to Nox.
He did return. He did return. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Without answering Nox's question, Vol's gonna turn to the group and say, "We're gonna find this kid. Which way did he
Bird
go?"
boy. Bird boy.
Krosov, you're gonna call him Bird Boy? He wasn't... Krosov, take to the skies. We need eyes.
There are tracks here. I'm gonna start. Keep up. We're gonna follow these tracks. We're gonna get your scroll back, Magdor.
I can take him...
And-
Fun.
And then Vol's just gonna start walking, following the tracks.
I just wish I could locate it. Let me try something. I've been practicing with this. Let me see if I can find it a little better. And I'm gonna cast locate object on for the scroll.
What is the range of locate object?
It is 1,000.
1,000 feet? I was like 1,000 miles. Dang. It's not within 1,000 feet of you.
Well, I've got nothing. It's not nearby.
Well, I mean, if they were smart, they would have gotten away quick. We don't. These tracks.
We were only
Uh,
in the cave for 2 hours. What are you talking about?
Is there any way to determine how fresh these tracks are?
Yeah, you don't even have to make a check for that. Because you're so proficient at tracking, finding things is, your MO. It looks like they're maybe 15 minutes old, 10 to 15 minutes, not long. As the day kind of progresses,
Yeah, with sand
tide-
and like waves
the
and.
tide changes and everything. It hasn't even had a chance to cover these yet, so can't have been more than 10 or 15 minutes.
Look, you can fill me in on all the details later. We don't have long before these tracks become useless. Are you coming or not?
I'm right behind you. Before we go, are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. For now, I'm fine.
Feel like we're gonna have a fight here. Can I see your sword?
Sure, and I'll give him my +1 short sword.
I'm gonna make it a +2 short sword.
Yay!
Blessing of the Forge.
Blessing of the Forge
Has it-
makes
has
it a
been-
+1, right?
It just says imbue magic, granting a +1 bonus to AC if it's armor, or +1 bonus to attack or damage if it's a weapon.
So it doesn't go higher than a +1.
Oh, it
It's not
doesn't?
an
Oh, I
additive.
thought it gave it.
Well,
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
+1
then
plus your
I was-
class is, so it wouldn't actually do anything, but you could still do that to somebody's armor.
I'll give him my offhand sword, short sword.
I forgot. It's at the end of the long rest, so I'm gonna instead do elemental weapon. Your short sword.
Okay, then if you're gonna do elemental weapon, I'll give you my +1 short sword.
What
But that
element?
still gives a +1. Yeah, you gotta pick an element.
So
Fire.
lightning, fire, ice. Yeah. Ooh.
So now you'll get a 1d4 bonus on fire
Okay.
for the next. It's for the next hour, but we'll see. We might get into a fight soon.
And then
We're
Vol's gonna
traveling.
take off at a brisk pace, kind of.
So running pace for Magdor.
Moving over there, Knox.
Nox is kind of not bewildered, but they're thrown off by the sudden reunion, and immediately upon teaming back up, we are going straight to the brimstone. Nox is thrown off by this, but the sudden like order and direction almost feels therapeutic, if you will. Instead of fumbling around, cursing, and trying to figure out, burning their way to the next solution, suddenly somebody has a plan that isn't theirs, or, the dwarf that so far successfully gotten us some interesting results, and it's just
Thrown in jail twice.
In 2 days.
so our half elf / changeling friend is a little not bemused, because something warped their mind a little bit when they broke down on top that cliffside. Like, they lost it to a level of just pure irrationality, and it caused a divert change. I'm gonna try to keep up pace. Glenn, since by the way, you're looking great today.
Thank you.
Detect magic is a ritual thing. I can't be walking while I prep that spell up, right?
As long as it's not like a rigorous pace, I don't think that there would be any reason why you couldn't.
Then
'Cause you can burn the spell slot or do the ritual. So yeah, no, if you want to do a ritual, as long
Yeah,
as
it's not gonna be Lord of the Rings where they're tracking the hobbits and fucking Aragorn and Legolas are so far ahead and Gimli's just kind of waddling. No, it's just gonna be a
Very
little bit of a
dangerous
brisk
choice.
space.
so like Pirates of the Caribbean, at the third movie where they're all walking in the sand dunes towards each
Yeah.
other, kind of thing. Okay,
Mhm.
Yeah,
now that's a
maybe just a
reference.
little bit ahead and just a little
Yeah.
bit of faster pace, but not too fast. You wouldn't you're not gonna lose sight of it.
Yeah, so it does take 10 minutes plus the spell casting time because of the ritual. So if something happens during that time that would interrupt it, that would be the only feasible.
Yeah,
thing
no,
to do.
that absolutely fair. But if that happens, I don't lose a spell slot, so I won't cry
Yeah.
tears.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see me like kind of like doing this weird like hand motion, like come on, and I'm just like walking next to Vol, trying to keep pace while I do this. So I'm gonna go. If he's a mage, he's probably using magic. Give me a couple of minutes, I'll try to aid you.
Understood.
So we're walking right now.
Briskly.
Bullets.
All right, I'm still following. I'm gonna go to Vol, or kind of guess shout ahead to him like, "Hey, did you hear what I did?"
Dwarf, I was in a cage in a cave. Of course, I didn't hear what you did. What did you do?
I mean, with all the shit he did, there's a chance he could have anyways.
I punched the balls off of someone and killed him.
Of course you
Broke
did. I bet it was a glorious battle.
It was.
Right.
It broke my hand.
I was gonna say, Magdor's arm is missing right now.
There's as far as I remember, there's a axe sticking out of it, right?
Warhammer.
That we call an axe.
Good memory.
I see you've damaged your arm as well. It's a fitting sign of a true warrior.
Weapon's always at my side.
Beautiful.
As I'm continuing to move my hands around the ritual cast.
Sure. So it takes about 5 minutes as you follow these tracks together.
Ooh, thank you.
before Something
Oh.
changes. As you get to a point where it looks like the tracks have been traveling at a normal walking pace, and then they get to a point where they stop, and then like the sand is like pushed away from like a specific spot where it looks like the sand was pushed outward, and then two large bird footprints are made in the sand, and then it looks like whatever was it. It looks like a large bird just appeared here, and then the tracks look like they go towards the large bird footprints, and the large bird footprints move towards the south once again, but then eventually get lighter and then disappear.
Vol's gonna investigate slash track, look around these footprints as he notices they get lighter and then disappear. Does he see any signs of what creature this was?
Go ahead and make a nature check to determine what type of creature this was specifically. If you want to learn its exact like species or something, it's gonna be pretty tough. But to understand,
I rolled a 13.
13, it's a large bird of some sort, probably a bird of prey. It looks like you can see like the talon marks in the sand. It doesn't have like, the webbing between the feet, so it probably wasn't a seabird. Most likely, it looks like if you made an eagle real big, and
Okay.
then, those are like, because the footstep, like I think they're probably about 3 feet from point to point, front to end. Big bird. And during that time
Magdor.
too.
Good.
No, you go.
I was gonna say
This is, like,
Magdor
taking time.
gasps. He goes, "Oh, I've heard of these stories. The Baba Yaga.
The what? A what?
Is it,
Wait.
All right, sorry, off track.
But that takes like you spend some good time kind of like making sure exactly what this is, Vol, and during that time, detect magic is able to be finished casting as a ritual, and immediately what pings for you, Nox, is that some sort of conjuration magic was used here very recently.
Hmm.
Baba Yaga. What's that?
Yeah, that house on the hill turns into a bird.
A house. It appears that a child of some sorts turned into a bird.
Can we still see the house from where we're standing?
Yeah, it's still up on the hill.
I'm gonna turn back and look at. Guess I was wrong.
There's some kind of conjuration magic that happened here. And unfortunately, I only know how to use magic. I don't know what it actually fucking does. I'm a sorcerer, not a wizard. I mean, it could have... Conjuration...
Does conjuration allow people to turn into birds?
No, that's something different, I think. A conjuration is something like being able to fly or disappear.
What
Not
about
sure.
a summon?
Or-
As they ask you these questions, Nox, go ahead and make a Arcana check, just to see if like your understanding of the visceral nature of these different
Oh,
schools-
glad my hero, the safety net to my knowledge of the different schools of magic. I rolled a
sorcerers still have access to that, and you're trained in Arcana, right?
yes.
Yeah.
I rolled a 15. What
Great.
schools does conjuration help me out with?
Well, the school of conjuration magic is more often than not used to summon things,
Okay.
creatures, items, and so it's feasible that this little spellcaster summoned a bird and then flew off on it.
So you see like a quick black screen behind Nox's head, and then the anime line that shoots behind him as the sudden realization. It goes, he probably summoned the bird. They're taking the scroll to Isengard.
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 It doesn't sound like any.
Axe.
Doesn't sound like any mountain near the spine.
No,
You were
Clear Light.
whispering- You were whispering something to yourself, Nox. Bird boy. What was that about?
I wasn't whispering that. That was corrosive. Oh, I mean,
that comes up in your head. To them, it just sounds.
Oh,
like a caw.
you said. Oh, shoot. Okay, I thought he was
Because he's not
mimicking
because-
it.
Okay.
He just has like a very Kenku-esque. He can repeat things and say basic stuff to you. So anytime I say something as the crow, they hear a caw caw, and you hear basic words.
I can
The only
roleplay
reason
that
I
then.
mentioned that was because So this is probably on my bad too. I don't know if Tyler was talking to Krosef in his head or out loud because he said "Bird Boy." Is that what we're calling the boy now,
Okay,
or something along the sorts?
I'm gonna stick to what my character said then, just because I don't think Nox would then know, like, fully understanding that it's all telepathic. So they were thrown off by that. So yeah, Krosov said he was a bird boy. I thought,
Like he turned into a bird.
oh my Melora. And like I tried thinking to Krosov, who I'm guessing is about maybe like 80 feet in the air above us, trying to keep an eye out. Krosov, did you mean the kid turned into a bird?
Fly on bird.
He he flew off on a bird. So yes, he summoned a bird and took off. I can't even do that, Vol. That's a level of magic beyond anybody here.
Um, Krosef happened to see which way he went.
I repeat that to Krosov and ask him, which way did boy and bird go? Bird boy.
He just like looks at you and then pointedly looks in the direction that he saw him fly off in, which looks to be, to your estimation, towards the city, to the southeast.
Okay. I say this is probably went to Luskin. There's only one place I know that that kid would have gone to with a scroll like that. These coin spinners wanting this thing so much.
No, it's
Let's go to Clearlight now. We've got full back. Let's get the scroll.
It's
wait. Okay, let's slow down for a bit. It seems like the two of you have learned some information that I do not know. Let me tell you what I know.
You said
I
spare
was
the
sent-
details later.
Spare the
I thought
details
we were
till
gonna
later.
get my scroll.
We are good. Listen,
McDonald's.
we had to spare the details till later because action needed to be taken to track this child, but that is not within our power to follow him now. So, information now is our best bet in finding out where they took the scroll. While I was in that cage, I had two captors, a human and a drow. The drow eventually set me free, and I'm not supposed to tell you this, but I'm going to anyways, or at least he told me not to. This is all related to the Arcane Brotherhood. They either want you, Macdor, or your scroll, and that's why they captured me because you weren't there.
That
Oh.
doesn't make sense, Full. Simpson is a part of the Arcane Brotherhood, and he's the one that told us where he was. He saw the scroll and didn't take it. He could have
God
easily
damn it, I'm
traded.
too old for this shit.
He could have
Would
easily
wisdom-
traded the scroll for your location, but he wanted his life instead. Not that we could have
Would
done much
wisdom
to
be
him.
more for epiphanies, or would that be like an aha moment, or is that more intelligence?
Wisdom. I mean,
So
it depends on
Magda's
what the
gonna-
aha moment is, because if the aha moment is like a social like understanding of why someone might have done something, definitely wisdom. If it was an aha
Okay,
moment,
that's why.
like, oh, this is how this thing works, definitely intelligence.
I'm gonna sit there for a second, just kind of look down, and just slowly look up at them, and like, I'm just gonna. He lied.
But
Th-
if he
Sips-
lied, why wouldn't he just take the scroll? That doesn't make sense.
But he wanted
Tuh.
us to find Vol because he knew the only way we could get him was to give the scroll back. It took
He
all
didn't-
suspicion off him.
He didn't say anything.
Wait. You mentioned it earlier, and I didn't pay any attention. You met with Simpson?
Nox still waving his hand. Oh no, they're not anymore. They're still making the motions as they're talking, just kind of like being super somatic about things, but then kind of like freezes in place, like, yes, we did.
And?
he told us where you were. He
In
helped us
exchange for
find
what?
you.
Immunity.
immunity, so so he,
He
he
offered
exchanged the information of my location so that we wouldn't bring him in. He
yes.
made a deal with. Okay.
Yes. I know it
Um,
complicates things, but the mission would have been voided if you weren't even there.
to give some like insight to listeners, this is Vol's in an unusual situation. Vol usually always prioritizes the job over everything, but Vol was kidnapped. Goliaths have a very strong sense of fair play, and this wasn't fair play, and he's angry. But his pride and confidence are a little bruised as well. And right now, Vol is a little bit on a warpath. Um, okay,
Well, we
so
got dealt a bad hand today. And, well, this week in general. Our goal was to find the guy that helped us find you. There's a good possibility he might not be bad, and he was working undercover for the coin spinners. Not for them. He was working undercover at the coin spinners for this arcane brotherhood, he said. Just like the person you said helped you. Seems like they don't actually want the scroll nearly as badly as these coin spinners. There's no way they should have known about that scroll unless... Well, technically, unless you told them.
the coin spinners, this group you speak of, I'm assuming they're the people that captured me. I was told that they were only hired to do that, to capture me. Uh, so I fuck.
They deal with a lot of people that are less than well-to-do in this town. They put up a front trying to look nice on the outside, it seems, but do things that are a little bit questionable on the inside. It's possible. Yes, Magdor.
Would- The magic you said it was high level. Wouldn't that be more pointed towards the arcane?
Dax does a Pikachu face and just kind of like, is trying to delve into this information because there are so many variables to who's our actual bad guy at this point without any new knowledge, because the team had a pretty good mindset on who's bad, who they need to take care of, and then they're out. Charlemagne slash Simpson was, the main target, but suddenly this new group posed as good, in the town, but also seems to be giving off nefarious deeds and almost infiltrated the town, going as far as the town guard even at this point. And we know that good people have been corrupted, according to Neverember, by Simpson. Potentially. We don't know how they had this level of power influence, but, this random drow that came from the Underdark suddenly is able to convince people, then came to us, offered us to not, touch him in return for the location. There's either like some fifth level chess play of manipulation going on, or we're being lied to left and right, and we don't know who to trust.
Okay. Here's what
Well-
I'm going to do, dwarf.
I was just. So what do we do?
Let me tell you what I want to do. While I was captured, I managed to escape briefly. But then one of my captors, a young human, bested me while I was unarmed and unarmored. I am going to find this man and kill him in a fair battle. You mentioned a base for these coin spinners?
Yes, they're light.
Lead me there now.
I'm missing a single spell slot. Can we take a long rest?
Vol's gonna start walking. He's just gonna.
Okay,
he doesn't know
okay.
where he's gonna start walking.
Bull, bull.
Yes.
It's the church with the window.
Okay. Which way is town?
I point at the town down the beach.
Yeah, Vol's gonna look back at the party. I know I usually put the job above everything else, but I don't care for that right now. I need to find that man.
It
I don't care
helps
about
that
Sipsian.
Sipsian's probably at Clear Lot too.
We'll deal with them after. I'm headed to Clear Light, as you call it. Coming?
Is there any chance we could? I don't know how likely the scroll's gonna disappear or how quickly that kid's gonna disappear. Is there any way we could stop somewhere?
Where?
A shop.
Sure, but if I'm being completely honest with you, I'm short in cash. I don't know. I'd like to buy some supplies too, but
It's
Like,
okay.
starts laughing.
Sometimes when you bet on the ball buster, things pay out a little bit better. I'm stacked right now, but I don't like having money in this godforsaken town.
all right, then off we go.
Okay. I guess we head to technically the northern edge of Luskan. Dungeon Master, I'm looking for a shop that sells shields and armor.
Yeah, let me peruse the specifics of which places in Luskin might do that.
How long will you be shopping? Or
Like-
let me ask another character. How long are you gonna be?
I mean, as soon as we find it, I just need an item, maybe two.
Think about an hour.
I hope not, but if it takes an hour, then sure. I'm pretty sure Vol would be spinning in his seat in anger if we take an hour.
Well, I'll need to fix my arm if we're gonna get into a fight.
Well, it seems like I could use a chance to cool off a little bit before we head into battle. Let's head back to the hotel. Let's
I
get our
only need
things
an
done.
hour.
That's fine. Let's get all of our preparations done.
It's also like 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't even think a shop would be open anyways.
No, it's dawn broke, so
now
it's like
yeah,
6.
dawn
Okay.
just broke, so it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Yeah.
Wow, dawn comes up early. Okay, yeah,
You know
sure.
what?
That's not
It's
fine
been a
with me.
while since I properly eaten. Might as well make use of. And I'm gonna. I would have put on the ring for the hotel. I think that's what they gave us to show that we're patrons.
Mhm.
It's how to use these benefits. Whatever they said comes with it.
Have you
Let's
ever
get back
had
to the hotel.
sausage?
Sausage.
Flashbacks to stomachs full of sausage.
Yeah,
me
Nox
a bit of
just kind of
sausage.
like,
Half elves.
don't eat too much of the sausage before a big fight. That might mess with you.
Do you start losing your form there?
Just the thought of it, like you hear like kind of like this weird jiggling noise as they kind of shiver a little bit, superficially.
All right, so are we heading back to the hotel?
Yeah, that's Vol's agreed to that plan to head back to the hotel and prepare up.
Then would we be heading to the hotel before or after the shop if we're doing this, or is Nox splitting off at this point?
Probably splitting off. I don't need a shop.
Um,
Or are there shops near the hotel?
yeah, no. I mean, unless there are shops in the hotel, Vol's probably gonna be like, Nox, make sure you get your preparations done, and then meet us at the hotel, and then we'll head to this Clear Light.
Understood.
I'll keep an eye on them. I promise.
Right?
They'll have to take both of us.
Well, technically they were after you, but apparently you were very, very, very stealthy when they first stole Vol. Make yourself noticeable this time with that big hammer of yours, okay?
Just start hitting the street as I walk down.
No,
It's my
don't
walking
do that.
speed.
There's guards everywhere. 3 times is not the charm, Magdor.
3
Alright.
times.
He's on 2
3 times?
strikes right now. I don't want him to go for the third.
2 strikes. What?
Let's get back to the hotel,
What have you
shall
done?
we?
Yeah, you guys can talk about that.
I'll tell you when
I
we
mean,
get back.
You have plenty of time. I mean, it's like if you remember, it's like 3 or 4 miles to walk.
All right,
and
so
the
as we're
easiest way,
walking-
because you remember leaving the town, you actually have to be on the south bank because the north bank is actually completely walled off. So you have to enter through a over a bridge into the city to the south bank. But for reference to a place where you think you could get the stuff you were looking for, there's a place called the Red Dragon Trading Post that you think you might be able to locate some of these items at. But
Okay.
yeah, you have some time to talk if you want to.
All right, so on our way back to the hotel, so when you went
Yes.
missing, we tried to find you, and we got a little sidetracked, and I got arrested.
How did you manage to get arrested?
I, I was just giving Knox some ale. He was pregnant, and he wanted ale. They wanted ale.
Wait, Knox was pregnant?
Sausage.
Wait, Knox was pregnant. Okay, I don't want to know. You got arrested.
I
Then
got
what?
arrested, and I had to fight my way out, and I punched some guy in the balls till he died.
Right, this was the battle where you broke your hand and gained a glorious physical what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Physical relic of your achievement, physical marking of your achievement.
Is my family crest gonna be a ball sack now?
That would be a
Oh,
sight.
uh,
Imagine leading an army across the plains with just a ball sack on the shields.
It's
oh,
just Braveheart all the time.
but and then we went back home. Oh wait, yeah, we did. No, we went back to the hotel. I don't remember. It's been a long 2 days. I got my scroll looked at, and then Knox was like, "Hey, let's go to Clearlight," and I was like, "All right, let's go to Clearlight."
Right.
And like, well, let's disguise ourselves. So I said rutabaga, and when I say rutabaga, my outfit's gonna just change just a little bit, not like noticeable, not too
Wait.
noticeable.
So you were telling me were you on the streets
I was
in the middle of the day
It
with people
kinda-
around?
I changed into a guard's uniform.
Don't tell me there were guards there.
I pretended to be a guard.
Of course you did, Mactor.
I thought they were all part of the coin spinners, and they'd let us in. I even gave them a coin.
Okay. Then what happened?
I got arrested again,
Of course you did.
and I tried to talk my way out of it, but that's very hard to do.
So how exactly are you guys out on the streets right now if you got arrested for the second time for impersonating a guard?
At this point, can we be like a couple feet from the hotel? Like far enough to where we could see the guards that are posted outside,
Yeah,
but not to
sure.
where they could see us. Not to where they can see us if they weren't like actively looking. I'm just gonna stop in my tracks, look up, and be like, we're on house arrest."
Vol's gonna look around. Does he? Guards are in plain sight.
Wait, so you're walking up to the Seven Sails?
I stopped at a point where like as soon as I realized like, oh shit, there's guards there.
Yeah. At this point, you are within view of the Seven Sails, and you can see the 2 guards out front that had previously been posted. Are 2 different guards this time, but they look like they're on fucking high alert. And at this point, you realize that they're probably all looking for you, and it's just early enough in the morning that they haven't noticed you yet, because you were supposed to not leave your hotel.
And
I
does
forgot
Vol
about
notice
something.
the guards alert?
Oh yeah, I mean all the guards that you've seen have been like it's just like it's busy enough that they haven't seen you, but it's early enough that there's not enough guards that they haven't seen you.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, you definitely notice that these guards all seem to be kind of like just actively looking for something or someone.
Backdoor, they're looking for you right now.
and Knox.
I'm gonna. Is there like a little alley or something to hide behind really quick where I can pull Magdor into?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're gonna test out the limits of this the stuff that Algira gave us. Can you turn yourself into a sack?
Uh,
Like imagine, and so what
Alright.
Vol's imagining is like essentially a body stuffed into like a burlap sack.
yeah.
And so would he just be able to fit in? Would the thing be able to just morph into that?
So here's my idea. I'm gonna say rutabaga, and I'm going to have now just a long brown cloak that looks like it's a hemp fiber
Yeah,
cloak.
you can do that.
And like try to grab it by the tail ends. No.
I'll grab. No, but then I can't actually interact. Was it already a cloak? Like
It-
originally, was it a cloak?
Didn't you say it was like this is for you, Glenn. When we
Yeah.
received it, it's like a full cloak, like full
Well,
body
it's
cloak.
whatever your armor is.
Oh, well no, mine's chainmail then.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, so it can look like burlap, but when you try to grab bits that are floating off, like it's effectively like you feel like you can touch it, but it doesn't have full corporeality.
What
So,
if
like-
you threw me over your
Yeah.
shoulder? Could he throw me over his shoulder enough to where the
Oh.
cloak kind of like falls down, looks like a body bag?
Oh, you just want it to fall over yourself so you look like a bag.
I just
Yeah.
want Mag. So yeah, the
Magdor to
idea
look
is that
like-
I just
he
want
looks like a
Magdor to look. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If he throws you over his shoulder, yeah, easy.
Okay. Stay quiet. And then I'm gonna pick up Magdor and like fireman carry him and start heading back towards the hotel.
Can I roll to stay quiet?
And Nox looks at you both and determines that they should probably also. I'm gonna take this.
Oh, we're away from Knox.
No, Knox would have split up to look for the
Nox
shops.
would have stepped outside. Oh, he went
Yeah.
to go to the shops? Okay,
Yeah.
great, good. I didn't realize that. I apologize. So yeah, you start heading towards the Seven Sails.
Fold's gonna walk right through the doors.
Yep.
And
Guards
the plan
say-
is right through those and go up to. Fold's gonna go to his room.
Yeah, you go up the stairs that are just to the right of kind of like the welcome desk or whatever, because the desk is there, and to the left is the entrance to the eatery. You go up the stairs, and there are two guards in front of the door as well to your room.
I'm gonna just keep walking, like go as if like I'm gonna go and enter my room.
And they stop. They put their spears over, and they're like, "Excuse us, sir.
Yes.
Who might you be?"
The resident of this room.
Now, the resident is a person called Mary, as well as a dwarf called Magdor. We're actually looking
And
for-
and I'm sure if you go check with the front desk, you'll also see my name there full.
Wait, you're the Goliath that's been missing?
I've been missing.
Yes, your friends have been looking for you, and now they're gone.
Wait, I just went on a hunt and I told them this, and they just keep forgetting every time I tell them something.
Make
They're
a deception
missing?
check with advantage. With advantage. Remember, that's a great story.
Shit. 13.
I rolled both of their insight checks. I'm just gonna. Okay. I rolled the dice. I rolled both of their insight checks.
Okay.
Do we believe this story? All right. Ready for this? I don't know if you can actually see them. You can't see them, and I don't care. They're both 20s.
Okay.
So they both go. I'm sorry. So I think we're gonna have to take you downstairs and make sure your name is on the registry.
Of course. I even have and I'm gonna show him the ring. I even have the ring to prove that I am a patron of this inn.
That's good. So we're just gonna have to double check with the staff and make sure that you're the one that checked in the first night, because apparently you've been missing for 2 days.
Okay, and
so
I'll
one
be
of 'em-
compliant.
they,
Yeah.
yeah, they walk down with you, and they find that you're on the list, and they say, "All right, sir, but if you wouldn't mind staying in your room just so we can try and, uh, you know,
No,
keep
I
you all in one
cannot
place, as your party seems to be squirrely."
I cannot do that. I have important business to attend to in this town, and it's time sensitive.
That's all good and well, but your friends were meant to stay here, and you're guilty by association, so you have to stay in the hotel.
How tall is this man speaking to me?
He's like 5'8".
I'm not gonna get intimidatingly close, but I'm gonna make it apparent that I'm a man of larger stature, a Goliath.
Yeah, you like crack your neck a little bit.
Guilty by association. Exactly what are you accusing me of, sir?
Just following.
All
orders,
I've done is go out on a hunt, and I come back to find my friends missing, and they thought I was missing, and now I can't even be. I'm not allowed to
I'll be
live.
honest with you, sir. It's your friend, the dwarf, that's been the most suspicious. The guard
Dwarf in the bag.
is currently taking an investigation, and he walks you back up. He says, "Can we go to your room and speak so that this is private?"
Sure. Is there a separate? No, I think I remember this from the last episode, but there is or maybe 2 episodes ago. There's a separate like room inside the room. That's a bathroom essentially, right?
I don't know if we specified that, but sure. It's
Sure.
the nicest room they have, so yeah, they've got a separate bathroom.
So I'm gonna walk in. Like, give me a minute. I just need to freshen up, and I'm gonna go into the bathroom.
Okay, bathroom does not have an outer exiting window, just so you know.
That's fine. I'll put Magdor down.
I just
Dwarf,
want
now's
to
the
go
best time to
shopping.
shut the fuck up. I'm gonna
I
splash some water on my face and then come out with a towel, just kind of like, so, what did you want to talk about?
real quick,
So
can I
you-
hear them?
Oh yeah, you can hear everything
Okay.
they're saying. We'll say the vole left the door cracked, because why close the door when nobody's in there? Yeah, he says, I apologize for the inconvenience, sir, but the guard is currently continuing an investigation into supposedly you being kidnapped by a group in town called the Coin Spinners.
I see.
So, and if you've been obviously if you've been out on hunt, then you weren't captured. So, actually, Gerald, and the other guy comes in. He says, "Please report back to the captain that he was not captured. In fact, so both of them were lying, and now he is here, and we have him at the hotel. He can come here and meet him and investigate. An investigation can commence." But I won't lie to you, sir. As Gerald kind of like pitters off and runs away and closes the door. It's not looking good for your friends. They're lying. Your friend's been arrested twice in 2 days. There's a good chance that, at very least, they may not be allowed in the town for much longer if they continue to be so uncandid with the guard.
Very well. I would go so far as to say that them lying about me being kidnapped was a stretch, because I did happen to leave fairly early in the morning. I did mention the previous night that I was going out on a hunt, and the smaller one of the group, Mary, is paranoid to say the least, and she might have gotten it into her head that I was kidnapped. She's a little troubled
She's been helpful. She's been honest and forthcoming.
because that is what she believes. She truly believes that I've been kidnapped, so it might have come across that way. The dwarf likes to drink, so you can see where the issues would come up with that.
All right. Do you have any other questions? If you could just wait here for the captain to come, then I'm sure, I just can't make any calls. You're here. It's my job to make sure you stay here until you talk with the captain. But then it's not up to me, but I'm just following the orders. You understand, right?
I respect that. I apologize for the annoyance earlier. I'll wait for the captain. How long will he take, do you think?
Not more than a few minutes. Town's not that big.
Understood. Thank you.
And
Well, could you actually, I haven't eaten well in a few days. Could you actually just, if you want to tell them that I need breakfast, I would appreciate that.
good
Breakfast and some ale.
I need breakfast. Breakfast, ale with breakfast. You're a man after my own heart. Certainly from the
Oh,
north,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, from the spine actually.
Oh, wow. The deep
Yeah, so
north.
I'm
All right, I'll bring you something
far from
stout.
home. Thank you.
And he leaves, and you hear him close the door and walk away, and you hear him head down the stairs.
You hear,
I'm so sorry.
What the fuck have I gotten myself into, Macdor?
Double
"Thanks for getting me
lies.
some ale."
That's all you did get.
All right. While you're contemplating how shitty this situation has gone, Nox, let's go to you, headed to presumably the Red Dragon
Doo-doo.
Trading Post.
Sure, as I open the door,
You are aware that the guards are looking for you, most likely. Did you want to edit appearance or anything like that to try and kind of mask that your presence as Mary? who they may
you
be
are
looking for?
you are correct. I, as the player, did not think that, but Nox, being the paranoid person they are, would have known that immediately. I think, like, before we even got into the town, I would have turned into Roger as
Okay.
default character and Alohomor'd myself into a plain-looking cloak, because this is what they're used to most of their lives. They've been flashy before, but this is once again the time where they're wanted, so let's be discreet. And so Roger is just kind of strolling into the shop, and I go, "Hello, anybody here?"
Yeah, you walk in. It's actually on the north bank. So this is the first time you've actually had to go to the north bank. And as you cross over the bridge, headed to looking like towards where you know it to be near-ish to the docks, on that north bank, you pass by and you see the large Arcane Brotherhood tower to your right or the east, and you eventually come up to. It's near the water tower of the city, and it's like one of those big log made buildings. Looks like kind of what we would recognize as like a pioneer cabin, but much larger. Or if
Okay.
you were to go like a tiny Bass Pro Shops, there you go, building wise. And
Fishing rods here
inside
are meticulous.
yeah, they have little indoor fishing ponds where you can catch small fish. No, but they do have a lot of goods in here. Everything from, it looks like some of this stuff isn't for sale, as it is probably a storage warehouse for things going in and out of the town, but a lot of it is as well. Armors, they have, it sounds like you can hear in the back, there's some clinking of the anvil iron. So they probably have a smith on duty here that could do some work on armor or weapons, or leather, kind of, it seems like a jack of all trades. Whatever you may need is probably here.
Okay. I first thing I'm looking for is some kind of shield.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty much any type of shield that you would be looking for is here, and it seems as though there's not a lot of staff members because it's such
Right.
a big place.
But not like a
The
Home
people that
Depot.
are running stuff up. Yeah. Yeah. Just looking for a person, just constantly trying to find assistance. But behind a longer sort of counter, there is a person working on kind of what looks like a log, a sales log, or a merchant log, and they're kind of filling some information in, kind of matching between two different logs. They look like they may be able to help you. It's an older human male.
Hmm. I walk Nox Roger, I guess in this case, walks up to him and goes, "Hail, friend."
Hello, welcome
Oh.
to the Red Dragon.
I would like to try to make a purchase. I'm looking to get maybe a shield and some armor of sorts.
Depends on what you need, but it's most likely we have it. What are you looking for?
Just
Basic sort of shield.
something a little bit. I'm not looking for wood. Wood doesn't seem to fare well with what I've been dealing with, but maybe something a little bit more iron or steel based if I could. And I'm looking for maybe something, maybe like chainmail or something. Unless you got any specials you got going on.
Well, and he pulls out from underneath the counter, he pulls out another ledger and he begins to kind of reference all the information inside of it. And he says, "Shields, shields, shields. So we have some basic shields, but those are going to be a mixture of wood and iron. Mostly wood, but like you said, that may not necessarily work. They're about 10 gold a piece. But if you want something that's a little stronger, that will last you a little better, it's going to be about 20.
Hmm.
But that will be completely made of metal. It will, for you as a player, is a +1 shield. And then, and he says, chainmail, chainmail. Do you need it of any sort of specificity? Made for any build, or is it for you?
Just something of a medium small, and Roger kind of like poses. They're a bit taller, hypothetically, than what Nox actually is, but not by much. And says, as long as they can cover the waist, I should be fine. Can you imagine getting
And
stabbed?
Are you still relatively thin, or are you taller and thicker in this?
I am definitely just maybe like 10 pounds of muscle above my usual meek state. So nothing incredulous. Again, don't want to look challenging or flashy while in default character number 3 form.
And he's like, I don't know if you could hold this. I'm not sure if you could wear it for more than a few minutes without it being overwhelming.
I,
It is 75 gold pieces for a set of chain, as it is tailored to the person. It's also not that great against resisting stabbing. It's much better for things that would hit you, as the links are not amazing at, getting rid of daggers or short swords. But somebody hits you with a long sword, much more likely to resist that damage.
75 gold for a chain shirt.
And
It's awfully
10, 20
pricey.
depending on the value of the shield you'd want. Yeah, unless you have something for trade. We're always open to that. This is a trading post.
Unfortunate, like me as the character, I think about it for a hot second. I personally don't have anything of value on me beyond flat out money. I go, tell you what, I will maybe we can work something around 80 gold for the two.
The shield would be basic.
The 20 gold shield be basic. I mean the total is
no, 10 gold. Yeah, I mean it's 75 simply for the chain. I can give.
Oh no, you talked me
gold
into the
for that
shield.
gold.
I don't. I'm not very charismatic, friend. I really want that shield.
Well, it's pushing 100 gold, and me losing 15 gold on that.
100 gold. So 20 gold plus the
95
75.
for the two.
So, but you want 100 now.
No,
You're looking-
I said it's pushing 100. And if
And
you're
y-
going to give me 80, I'm losing 15 gold on my basic price. I can do 80 gold and throw in a basic shield with your chainmail, but I can't give you a full iron or steel shield along with chainmail for that. That's a little too much of a loss for me.
Weird. I usually see them cheaper elsewhere. I'm surprised. I guess prices must be a little bit higher up here in Luskan.
Oh, you're not from around here?
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the standard going rate as far as I know. And,
I see.
That's my job.
Speaking from Glenn Tyler, because we're such close. What is 70? Oh, are you looking at chain mail from the heavy armor
Yeah.
section? I'm looking at a chain shirt from the medium armor.
Oh, chain shirt. Okay, well, you asked for chain, and I immediately assumed mail.
No, it's okay. I cannot. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I cannot wear that to save my life at all.
I was like, I don't think you can even wear that.
No, you are right. I would be
I
just
need
like walking. I think I could wear it, but I wouldn't have proficiency in it, so I would just be like 10 speed.
You
I
wouldn't be able
think.
to cast spells.
Yeah, that would be rough.
You're wearing armor that you're not proficient with. That's rough. Yeah.
I just okay.
Yeah, no, you could totally. Yeah, he'll give you a deal on the nice shield and the chain shirt for like 65 instead of 70.
So just to make sure we're on the same point, I'm looking at a chain shirt.
Mm-hmm. 50 gold.
Oh, I was just trying to retcon in a role play, but okay. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. No, let's retcon a role play. And he says, "Oh, are you looking for a chain shirt?
yeah.
Because that might be more suited for your frame."
Do you see me? I'm meek as hell. I just didn't.
I can give you a deal on that. It would be about 65, if that's okay. For both.
That's a lot cheaper than the 80 I offered. You're very honest. I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, it's not a full chainmail set, so it doesn't cost me as much, so it shouldn't cost you as much.
I appreciate you. I don't suppose there's any free samples that you want to toss along with that. I'll take it. A pamphlet or something. Try our local fisheries. Please. I look and I happily accept whatever he hands to me.
He hands you a brochure. It has like information on shipping, like ordering, like how much it costs to do those things, and like a generic kind of like table of items that they would have available for special order as well as just in stock regularly. So it's a good kind of like basic understanding of what is going to be there and what you could get from the Red Dragon Trading Post.
Then yeah, I'll take the deal. And I'll go. Yeah, first thing I come in, I get shanked, which was not good. Thankfully, I got healed up before it got serious. But then I did pretty good over at the I'm trying to remember what you call it. The circus of no, the
Carnival.
I had some fun over at the prisoners' carnival. Bet on a fool and won big.
Good. That's good if it'll help keep you safe here, because the north is a bit rough. So
Yes.
now we
Yes,
should bring
it
you back
is.
and get you fitted for this, because we'll have to make it for you. So you follow me.
Sure. And like, as he walks away, I'm gonna try to indiscreetly try to like just slowly slim myself just a little bit to get more to my half elf body down below.
Okay.
And yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so he leads you to the back. They do some basic measurements, and he says, "Yeah, come back in about an hour. I can give you the shield now, but the chain shirt should be ready in about an hour. Our blacksmith is pretty quick."
You have a blacksmith.
Yes, it behooves us to keep someone here. There's plenty of people that need protection, and there's a lot of money in the market for weaponry, whether it's
Aye.
repairing or crafting it for people. Armor is good. Keeping people safe is better.
You know what? I think I'll wait here for the hour if I could, please. I don't have much better to do.
Absolutely. And while you wait for that hour, we will cut back to our friends.
I will take 65 gold off of my thing.
Thank you. Good job.
Mhm.
And in the time that you've had to contemplate and just kind of seethe a little bit, should have muted that. That was awesome. You hear the footsteps returning and the smell of bacon, sausage, eggs as a large platter. It seems as though he's assumed that you eat more food because you're a larger person. And he brings up and he sets it and he knocks. Well, you hear a knock on the door first.
I'll open the door.
And he's got like a full platter full of food, and he's like, "So I didn't know what you would want, and you're kind of big, so forgive me for assuming that you might want more food."
No, this is perfect. Thank you. And I'm
And
gonna
there's
take the
like
platter for him.
It's a pitcher too, a pitcher with a single mug.
I'll take the platter from him, and I'm gonna start walking back in the room. Like, do you mind closing the door for me?
Not at all, sir.
Thank you.
Closes it for you.
Wherever I can. It's a hotel room, so I'm sure there's a table. I'll set it down. Does the hotel room come with plates?
There is a plate. There is a plate on the thing, separate from the platter.
Okay. I'm gonna load up maybe a sixth of the food, just a
Okay.
combination. Take the ale. Take it into the bathroom. Magdor, this is for you. We're about to deal with a whole bunch of shit, so you don't get as much food, but you get all the ale.
I feel like a prisoner eating on the floor.
Well, you're gonna have to deal with it, and I'm gonna close the door.
Gotta start eating. I'm not gonna turn down food.
And then I'm also
Or
gonna
ale.
just chomp down.
Do you drink all the ale, or are you just like kind of taking it a little?
Oh,
bit?
I'm drinking it as I'm eating. Gotta
Okay.
wash down the food.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you guys eat. Is there silence when you eat, or do you want to?
Vol's not eaten properly in like 2 days. He's just fucking like just fucking
Ravenous.
going. Yeah,
I'm
maybe
eating
not to
slowly.
the extent as a listener and a player. Like maybe not to the extent that Nox did.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
I'm not patty stacking and then shoving them down my mouth. It's a little bit more civilized.
Knick knack, patty
but,
stack,
stacking.
sausage to the throat.
And then when I'm getting close to finishing, I'm gonna knock on the door. Backdoor, you done with that ale? Hand me the
Hand him
glass.
the cup.
All right.
Hand him the whole pitcher and withdraw my hand fast.
And the plate.
Plate 2, please. I don't want to raise any suspicions.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna hand him the plate.
All right. If when that captain comes in here, you turn back into a sack, and then I'm gonna have to be somewhat honest because I lied about me going on a hunt, and then we're gonna see if we can get that captain on our side a little bit. Because I don't care what we do in this town at this point. I just want to kill that motherfucker. And then I'm gonna go
Alright.
back and sit down where I was sitting, and with the plate and the ale, and then continue finishing up my food.
So can I, while I'm in this sack, can I,
Oh, you
while
are
I
the
am a sack, could I do my channel
Buying sack of shit.
What is?
Because it's a
channel divinity?
ritual.
But you're like magically forging stuff, right?
Well, it says that it coalesces into the item. Coalescing
Yeah.
in an unoccupied space of your choice on a surface within 5 feet of you.
What items are you using to coalesce? Because you have to have the base materials, and then it becomes.
I
that
have
thing, but
about 80 iron coins.
I also assume that it is not quiet, because magic is not always.
See, and that's what I was
quiet.
asking, if it was going to be quiet or not.
It will make a little bit of sound. Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of. Is the door open or closed right now?
I probably left it open a crack on that last run.
And I haven't heard anybody come in, so I'm gonna go. Oh,
Yes.
oh. Can I make my arm right now?
I'm gonna go over and close the door.
My door? The
Yeah,
bathroom door?
your door. Yeah, yeah.
I
Do it.
don't know if that's. Oh. All right, so we're gonna. How loud is it? We're gonna say.
It's pretty like. I assume it's because you're not like clinking. It's just like you provide the materials, you begin the ritual, and then they kind of move from point A to point B. And when they're in point B, they are coalesced into that. But
All right,
still,
so-
metal shifting and changing shape along with the flow of magic.
Probably like
pretty loud.
tinkering and like.
So here's what I'm gonna do then. I'm gonna be like,
It's gonna be
good,
audible
all
from
right,
outside.
and I'm going to take my pouch of holding and just dump the coins onto the floor
Oh,
right now,
okay.
Okay.
and then
You
obviously.
hear a bunch of coins hit the floor.
Sounds like
Cole's
somebody's
just got-
dropped the
it's-
silverware.
He's just rubbing his head. He's like, I can't fucking believe I have to deal with this.
Oh, this
He-
might be a bit
that-
loud.
Oh, thank you for that for that warning.
Maybe I'll wait till after the god leaves.
I was probably just gonna tell him that you were here. You just do you, Macdor. I'm gonna deal with the captain when he comes in.
All right.
How long does a channel divinity take? Is it a ritual or
1
does it
hour.
say? Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. No matter what. Yep. So 3 minutes into your ritual, you hear a knock at the door, and Vol, you still hear a decent amount of magic
Yeah,
and
yeah.
metal movement in the bathroom as a knock is at the door.
Come in.
The door opens, and you see an older gentleman in the same sort of guard outfit, but he has like some distinguishing marks that make him, you recognize his marks of rank. And he steps in the room and closes the door, and he says, "What's that sound?"
Why don't I just tell you everything? That's the dwarf in the room.
He's here.
He is here. Let's not.
I need to put. I have to bring him in. Where's
Wait.
Mary?
Barry, I have no idea. You can bring the dwarf in, but just let him finish his thing.
Is happening? Who are you people?
Honestly, I ask myself that on a daily basis, and I still don't know what's going on. Why don't I'm? And as a sign of like, I'm fully compliant. I'm gonna take off any kind of gear that could be discerned as, weaponry or whatever. I'm just gonna take them, put them aside, and I'm gonna point towards the couch or whatever, like seating arrangement. I'm like,
Yeah, there's
I'll
like
tell
a
you
sitting
what you need
area
to
with
know.
like a nice couch and a padded chair.
I'll tell you what you need to know.
I'm not sitting down.
That's
Just start
fine.
talking.
We came into town. We were on contract to locate a certain individual and take him back to our benefactor. I was kidnapped. Then
who?
I don't. I was kidnapped by a group that was hired by another group. My captors weren't exactly willing to give me information.
Fair.
I was drugged, taken away in the middle of the night. All I can remember is that one of my captors was a young human, and he mentioned something. All I heard was coin spinners while I was in a cage in a cavern from the north of here. And I managed to free myself. And then now I came back, and my friends happened to not let me know of the predicament that they put themselves in, which is why I deceived the guards out there, because I just wanted to eat and sleep because I'm tired.
Where's Mary?
I honestly do not know where she is right now. She wanted to find some supplies. I'm not exactly sure what, so she's somewhere in town.
And I assume that shimmering and clanking coming from the bathroom is your dwarf friend.
I think he's just fixing his arm. I was told that he
He goes up to the door and pushes it open. You see him just sitting on the ground, like manipulating iron and just
Like
what does he do
Legos
when
and
you see
shit.
him? What do you see when you see him open the door, Magdor?
Just this.
Just
What do you do? You like stop or like look at him or like wave
For the-
or anything? Do you just keep going?
I'm just gonna kind of look.
For the audio
Just
listeners,
quick.
Backdoor is like legs spread, doing weird jazz fingers at what. To me, I see silverware on the floor, but it's a bunch of metal coins. He's going, Kulema, just weird hand motions.
So when the guard
Oh,
opens
yeah.
the door, I'm gonna look up for a second, just do a single one hand, quick wave up, and then go back to.
I mean, how are you doing with the other hand? If it's a warhammer,
The warriors.
the warhammer is also jazz fingering.
It's coalescing metal. It's all good.
Yeah, I
It's
love
like-
it.
he needs a little bit of time to reform his hand, and then you can do with him whatever you want after that. That's all I ask.
He's going to jail.
I thought Can I talk during the ritual?
Yeah,
I thought I fought my way out of jail.
you fought your way out of jail. You worked your way back in. Then you got yourself out. And now you left house arrest during an active investigation against someone that you are a witness and a possible suspect.
Where
You
am I right
will
now?
be staying. You and your friend Mary will be staying in jail.
Where am I right now?
Is this me to you or you to him?
This is
Magdor
Magdor
to the captain.
guard.
You're in. You were gone this morning, all right?
I was on the shitter.
Yeah, right. Of course. My guards came in when you were missing and then just didn't look in the bathroom.
Or maybe I was sleeping. Watch this, and I'm going. If this interrupts my ritual, it does. But I'm going to lay down and have the bag fall over me. What do I look like?
A bag.
Would you
Are you
guys have
telling me
checked?
that you did not leave this room?
I did not.
Make a deception check.
Use your inspiration.
Yeah,
I've given
I'm
a decent
going
amount
to.
of inspiration this session.
Yeah, I can say
am.
please.
Inspiration. A 12.
You guys have a -1 and -2 in charisma? Oh my lord.
And he says, "All right, it seems for the first time you've actually spoken true. I'm glad you didn't leave, but Mary, did she tell you where she was going, Magdor?"
No, I went to the bathroom and I fell asleep.
And then woke up and started fixing your arm in the bathroom behind a closed door.
I came in and Vol was here and he said, "Shut up, dwarf," and then he kicked me and then closed the door. No, he didn't kick me. I just
you
had to
have a
lie
very
to you one more
odd-
time.
Yes, you have an odd
Forgive me if I was a little upset for finding guards all over my hotel room that I paid for, Captain. I was tired and I just escaped from being kidnapped from a cage in the caves north of here, and I just wanted to eat.
How
So
did you
I-
find your way back if you didn't know where you were?
I'm a tracker by nature, sir.
All right.
I scouted the area around and noticed that I was in a position of height, and I was able to make my way back to the city.
All right. I'm going to leave. I'm going to bring this information to those who are conducting the investigation, as I am just a intermediary for information and making final calls. It's still a few days out before we can take any sort of actual action against the coin spinners, but it seems as though you're not missing anymore. But you're back and you have testimony against them, so that might speed things up. I would just ask that you don't do anything rash. Stay here. You're under the watch of the guard. Um, Stay here. Stay vigilant. We'll make sure if you need anything, let us know. Outside of the like I told your friends, but you don't know. You haven't been paying for this. We've been paying for your lodging.
I've already paid for a week.
You paid for a week.
I did.
Well, if it goes past a week, then we'll be paying for it.
Understood. But does that mean that I'm now under house arrest too?
Yes. But
Understood.
if you need to go somewhere, let me know. The problem is that the coin spinners are all over. So if you really, really need to go somewhere, let us know and we'll send you with an escort. We just need to make sure you stay protected.
Can we get an
Understood.
escort?
Can you get what?
Can we get an escort to Plotting Pits?
No. No,
Oh, that was
Maxwell, you
good fun.
cannot. Yeah, good fun does not equal I need to go there. If there's anything you need, let Gerald know. He will relay that information and I'll decide whether or not it's necessary at this point. But like I said, I may come back soon to speak with you, Vol, to get some specific recounting of what happened with you, and then we can take some action against the coin spinners.
Did my friends happen to mention who we were working for?
No, that's not my information. I don't.
Very
I
well.
would love to know who you were here to seek, but your benefactor is none of my business. Unless
Understood.
it becomes of note. And if I have to delve deeper, I may ask that, but I'm trying not to pry as much as possible.
Well, I've given you all the information I think that would be beneficial to you and your city.
Which is exactly why I haven't asked more.
I apologize for the dwarf. Usually I'm around, but I was kidnapped.
He does need a babysitter, it seems. And he looks at you sitting on the ground, kind of playing with.
He
I'm
might need a
back for medals.
babysitter. He might need a babysitter, but he's damn good in battle, and I could vouch for that.
Promised you I
saw
need
him-
no
I've
harm,
heard
but I'm
the
gonna
stories
make
of
this
him busting
fucking
in the
arm.
holes, so.
Yeah, so you know at least why I keep him around. Have you ever seen a Goliath toss a dwarf, Captain?
I have not.
My hands just
Quite fun.
stop. Ugh.
You will not see that right now because I don't think that would be productive to anything.
Once the investigation's over and we've come to a more peaceful outcome, maybe at that point.
Understood. One last thing before you head off. I apologize for keeping you occupied. Could you make sure that our horse is tended to? She's very special to us.
Oh, Sparkle Sparks, yes.
Yes, please.
I remember the name because it's so different. Most people, it's just like, oh, this is my horse Carl, like Sparkle Sparks. As far as I know, your lodging includes care of the animal, so it should have been taken care of this whole time.
I understand. Okay. Thank you,
But
Captain.
I will return within an hour or two, and we can see about progressing further.
Understood.
Thank you for your time. And he gives you a curt nod and then goes out the door, closes it. You can see that there are now 2 guards outside. And he says, "Gentlemen, be vigilant." And then he walks away.
Magdor.
I.
Whenever Nox comes back, we're going to use the scroll. We're going back to Neverwinter.
What will we tell him?
I don't know, but we can't. We can't use the scroll just yet. We have to get out. I can't leave Sparkle Sparks.
Could we take Sparkle Spark with the scroll?
We could, but that would mean sneaking out of this room, and that's going to prove a challenge
Well,
without
that-
killing guards.
That wasn't very hard. We snuck out last time. Oh wait, Simpson put him to sleep. That's right.
All right, you just fix your arm, and I guess I'll take a nap or something. We'll just wait for Mary to come back. Knox, whatever the fuck they go by, because they're bound to get captured, especially with all the guards, and it's starting to go into midday. It's starting to approach noon. They're gonna get captured. It's changing, and Vol's just rambling at this point because Vol's upset. Vol just wants to kill that man.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was
Vol's
gonna-
just defeated. Vol's just
Magdor's gonna be
he's
like-
upset.
Cut Knox
He
just
just knocks from last
become
episode.
someone else.
Yeah.
And
So
as you
we'll see them
contemplate
soon.
and continue to work on your ritual, we'll cut back as the blacksmith was able to complete your chain shirt a little quicker, Knox. Sorry, Roger. Currently, a little quicker because you had a smaller frame. You're not. You're smaller than an average person, thickness wise, and so
Yeah.
it was less links, and they were able to kind of make it a little quicker. So it only took about a half hour, but they provide both of those to you along with a receipt, and you have your brochure. And he says, "Is there anything else we can get for you?"
Honestly, kind of hoped for maybe a weapon of some sort, but I think I have a friend that can take care of that. Not getting stabbed was my goal, and I think you did a great job with that. Thank you.
Good. Thank you for your patronage. Come back anytime.
I am in your service. Thank you.
And he just goes back to his books.
Just to make sure I'm on the up and up, that way I can update my character sheet appropriately. I bought a chain shirt and then a shield +1, correct?
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
if when wielded, gives you a +3 to AC.
Okay. And then the chain shirt is 13 plus Dex modifier max 2.
Mhm.
Okay. Wanted to make sure. Okay. AC went up a little bit. And as like
Well, that-
I put it on and it looks unnaturally heavy for somebody in my character, but it feels like almost it's lighter than it should be. Like this should be like it's weighing me down, but I feel like I could just walk naturally in it. Where any other person it would seem unnatural.
Do you have a 13 dex or higher, right? Or sorry,
Yeah,
I guess there is no prerequisite for it. You just have to have proficiency. You have proficiency in medium armor, though, right?
yes, thanks to my level in Warlock.
Ooh,
Hex Warrior
that
gives
yellow
me-
eye and that shadow mark.
I now have proficiency in shields and medium armor, so with a good chunk of the money that I got, I'm going to invest a little bit, and bumps up my AC a little bit. Plus, I'm throwing the cloak over it to give me that +1 AC for now. And,
How much was
Oh.
the winnings? It was like 200 gold, right?
oh, I wish. 80 gold. So,
Oh, okay.
just for the players to know, I'm sitting at 14 gold right now. I was at 79 because I gave a gold piece to the kind lady, and then I've been hoarding it. But bag's a little bit lighter. I'm at a fairly decent. Yeah, I'm a little heavier. I kind of like look at the shield. I test it and go, perfect. as I start heading towards the hotel.
Yeah, and you make your way back. Not long after the captain leaves, probably about 5 minutes. Um, you approach the hotel as Roger, but you still have the ring
Mm-hmm.
on, right? That allows you, you know, to be there as a person who lives or is staying there. So the guards, you walk through, you've got the ring, so it's not weird for you to walk into the hotel. But what do you do
Kiss
once
the
you
ring. Uh, I enter the
do?
lobby, and then I realize if there's guards still in the front door, I can get past them, but shit, I probably can't just walk into a room I don't own. I think about it. I look around. Is there like a bathroom or something?
Not a public restroom, no. Oh, they do have the bathhouse though. But they don't have the bathhouse doesn't actually have like toiletries. It's just for bathing.
Okay. Uh, I think I would. Is there any place I can, like a nook or cranny, I can hide the disguise self?
An alcove, nooks and crannies. Sorry.
Yeah.
In Bruges. In Bruges. It's a great movie. There you could go into the bathhouse feasibly. It's early enough in the day that no one's in there right now. So I mean, you could feasibly go in there and find like a corner area, and there's a couple closets if you really want to.
Sure. I go into a closet. I fasten the shield. Well, I guess is there a place somehow I can put the shield on my back temporarily?
Mhm.
That thing that you can do?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna do that, and under my brown cloak, I shift over to Knox/Mary. I go, time to face consequences. This will be great. And I loho Mora to make my brown cloak a little bit shorter this time. You know what? I'm gonna change it into my tunic. Just change it to my purple tunic, and I'm gonna walk out, nod to the bookkeeper, show the ring, and say, "Sounds like today's gonna be a great day, my friend."
He looks very confused as he wasn't really paying attention when because like he was just down working, but he did hear the door open and close and someone go in, but they didn't see who it was. And then Mary just walks out, the person that they're on lookout for, and he goes, I think you should go to your room.
I am absolutely gonna do that. I understand the situation, and well, I'm sure you'll hear the end of it someday.
Oh, I'm in great trouble with the god. So please go to your room.
Yes, I would assume letting a bunch of goons break into your hotel through the security and then having someone kidnapped would get somebody in trouble. Or are you talking about something else? As I glare at them.
No, you escaped.
Well, you're not good at letting people in or out without a little secrecy, huh?
When you go out the window, there's not much I can do about it.
That's fair.
Believe you
But
me, if it were up to me, I would kick you out of this hotel right now. But it's not. So go up to your room.
I'm gonna lead forward and say, why did you let a bunch of goons kidnap somebody from under your nose?
We don't know how they got in. All right? They didn't walk through the front door.
Just saying, your establishment's a little questionable at best for the amount that we pay.
We don't have security. We lock the doors, and that's supposed to be enough. If you don't lock your windows, that's not our fault.
5-star.
Now, please, ma'am, go up.
I'm gonna give you an excellent review. Have a good day.
Thank you.
I walk up like a soccer mom.
Have a nice day, Karen. Oh God, I love it. Okay,
Bookkeep mutters bitch under his breath.
Bitch. Yeah, you looked to your left and you see the two guards posted up in front of the where your room is, but they haven't noticed you yet. They haven't like turned and looked because they're kind of just like keeping their eyes forward.
I kind of have my hands under my leather strap that's like holding up the shield, and I'm kind of skipping forward and going, "Morning, gentlemen."
What?
I know I'm on the wrong side of the door. I should be on that side of the door, shouldn't I?
Inside, and they open the door.
And I like kind of lean up to one of them and like lean up and go, hey, just a little wink and going, man, you're fun to play with. Maybe sometime without your friend. And as I go into the door,
Go ahead and make a charisma, just a charisma check, just flat charisma.
sure, 22.
And he goes, and then the other one goes, hey, think with the head that's on your shoulders.
I like a
And,
man
he
with
goes,
two
right,
heads.
Right.
The door's open at this point, right?
Oh yeah. And then
Mary, get in here.
The one that you didn't brush against, like pushes you into the room a little bit, not like aggressively, just to get you away from the friend who you've obviously
Right.
charmed up a little bit. And then says, and keep quiet. Don't go out the window. And he shuts the door.
I cast message through the wood to that guy and goes, I'm not into Goliaths and dwarves, just so you know.
And you hear back,
Just Peter Griffin. As
you're
the
all
door
reunited
closes.
again.
You see like a shit-eating grin as I walk in and go, so, why do these guards still mad at me?
Because you escaped while you were under house arrest. Do you expect them to not be any? Do you expect them to be less mad? Do you expect them to just forgive you for breaking the laws of their city and not doing as you're told, and then just leaving in the middle of the night, and then everything would just be happy, fucking sunshine and rainbows and birds singing? Is that what you expected?
Well, I'm used to a single sentence, and technically that was a hell of a run-on sentence, but the guard captain said I was free to leave. They were just sending people to the hotel. I think there was somebody else he was more worried about. As I look at Magdor probably wrapping up his coin ritual magic, I'm going, oh
Yeah,
my.
his fingers are appearing slowly as he's doing this. So he's actually starting to be able to do this.
Holy traveler, that's...
Now, I don't know if you're just hearing things, but according to the captain, he said, and he made it very clear to me that the both of you were under house arrest. And I don't know if you just chose not to hear the fact that you're not under house arrest and decided to leave anyways and just leave me to deal with all of this. What the fuck did I come back to? I was gone for 2 days.
I walk up to Vol and kind of get him like tippy toes as I look up to him, and like one eye kind of looks like it's casually looking up to him, the other one kind of like looks like it's bloodshot for a second, the golden eye, and I go, you understand we broke out to rescue you, yes?
Did I look like I needed rescuing? I got firebolted in the fucking face.
We were told if we didn't leave, then you would die.
You see, if you die in the job, they just post a new posting. They don't care about the funeral, they don't care about the burial, they don't care if you die. I do, Vol.
My point is, while I was gone, you couldn't keep your necks out of trouble for 2 days?
Yeah,
I mean-
Now we're stuck here.
You're the one that hired him, Vol, as I point at Magdor. I actually said he might be a risk to the job.
And Vol, you do recognize what they're saying is very likely true, that they were planning on killing you, because that person that let you out did say something along those lines. And so the
Yeah.
timeline does match up. So you know they're not blowing smoke about that.
In 2 days, you managed to get arrested twice, Magdor.
As I like walk us, I step to the side because I know this is a teacher yelling at a different student. So I'm like, not me, not my problem. As I kick back into my shield.
I was taken in my sleep, drugged. I don't know what we've gotten ourselves into, and now I find myself under house arrest. I can't even leave and be free as I wish to. What's this? Is under investigation for murder? How are you so sloppy that you get caught?
Murder, Magdor, how could you?
I was clear to that. They said that the finger wasn't belonged to anybody.
Oh yeah, they did say that. Bull, how could you assume that we're still under suspicion of murder?
Because there's fucking guards outside, Nox.
There's guards everywhere. This is a town, Vol.
There's guards outside that aren't allowing us to leave.
It's because
We
I'm
can
VIP
leave, you
as
just
I
have
kick
to ask
back.
him.
Vol's gonna go over to his belongings. He's gonna pull out the scroll. He's gonna hand the scroll to Nox. The two of you leave.
I snatched the scroll immediately, just out of instinct, because I've been wanting that scroll for a while, and it's weird because they wanted to have Vol trust them, but apparently, I snatched it and go, "Yay!" as I stuff it immediately into my pouch of holding.
Why the two of us?
I'll finish this myself. The two of you go back to Neverwinter, report everything to Neverember, and I'll be back in a week or so. I'll deal with this mess.
Not leaving.
Leave in the night.
We
Leave in
just
the
got
night
you
while
back.
the guards are asleep, and then I'll go take care of that man myself, and then come back.
And
We
the
just
door
got you back. I'm
slowly
not
creaks
leaving you.
Open as both guards are staring in. and
Right.
they're like, "You're not going anywhere. Where's the scroll?"
I pull out a blank parchment from my pouch, and I go, "Here you go, sir."
The scroll was taken
you.
by the coin spinners.
So this isn't the scroll?
Not
There's
the
two-
scroll he's
Scroll.
talking about.
All right.
That's the scroll
We're
of
not going
teleportation.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell
Thank
the
you,
captain
guards.
we're talking about leaving. And then
Thank you,
close the door.
guards.
And
You
then
know,
you realize you should probably keep your voices down.
yeah,
Vol
like
doesn't care anymore.
I cast. Well, I was gonna cast message, but it had like the no fucks given look on Vol is like, never mind. Lying to the guards has gotten nothing but trouble from us. In fact, I'm pretty sure, oddly enough, I've been the most honest. After handing a blank scroll over to the guard,
Oh, because breaking out hasn't gotten you guys into trouble, and me included.
that isn't lying.
I didn't break out. I was here. I was here the whole time in the bathroom.
Vol's gonna find a corner, and then just sit in that corner.
In
And
the
Vol's not
corner,
gonna
you're near
say
one of
anything.
You're near one of the windows that looks out, and you can actually see that they've positioned one of the two guards that was directly out front. Now that you're all in there, it seems one of them's across the street looking into the window to make sure that nobody's going out windows now.
How far away are they?
I mean, like between the height and across the street, like 30 or 40 feet, maybe.
Can I cast message to him?
Yeah.
I guess I do and go, "Hi, handsome."
And the guy looks around.
As like in the window, I'm waving through the window. Thank you for taking care of my friends.
Please stop.
It's fine. I'm not into
Not supposed
humans
to talk to you
anyways.
guys.
No. That's a nice staff you got there.
It's a spear. Please
I'm
stop talking
talking-
to me.
Okay, but if you
It's like the
if you-
guards at Buckingham Palace, but not as well trained.
I mean, he's only responding in his head, so.
I can't stop thinking. Have a good day. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Am I
with that,
done with
when
my
you,
ritual?
you see you're done with your ritual, and as you finish your ritual too, you're like finishing it up, and you're actually doing this with your fingers, moving them about because you have the ability to do that now that your hand is repaired. You casting message out the window, Nox. You see the guard captain walking past, and he says, "Attention, come on, shape up." And you see him like say something along those lines, and the guy kind of stiffens up. "Yes, sir." And he walks in through the front door, and you hear steps headed up as you know the captain is approaching.
And
Take them out.
I'm gonna say I man spread as I lean against the couch with the shield on my lap. Yeah.
Love it.
So,
And then you hear the steps approach the door, and you hear some quiet discourse between them. And the door opens, and the captain steps into the room, and he says,
As soon as he
So-
walks in, I'm gonna drop to the ground and look like a bag. Like he sees me obviously do this.
"What's he doing?"
Sorry, just a response. I had someone come in. I got
So-
scared.
My guard said that they heard you talking about escaping, sending two of you away for one of you to finish the job.
Yeah, these two goons. They're not very trustworthy, I don't think, anymore. I'm starting to question my alliance here.
So we need to go to jail then. If you can't peacefully stay here, then you'll spend time in cells where I can watch you all the time.
I'm all yours, Captain. But, I mean, you're the teacher to this kindergarten class. I guess you decide what happens.
I've never been worried about you, Mary, until you walked in and left the house. While you
I did
were
an
supposed to-
investigation on your behalf, sir.
That's
actually-
fair. You just need to communicate things.
I was worried
So-
that obviously you're a man of the law, and I respect that. Some things you can't tow. I figured as a non-citizen I could delve in some gray area work for you. Plus, I wanted to go shopping. As I hold up the shield, and I was like, "Isn't it cute?"
It's very cute. Listen, even with your testimony, we don't have any proof of your capture. All we have
Let us go.
is
We'll leave Luskin right now.
I was just coming here to allow you that. I will let you go. You are not under suspicion, but I will let you know that we can't take any action against the coin spinners. And if you choose to do so, it will be of your own volition, and the consequences will be on your backs.
So, meaning
Fine.
to say, as I look at the captain, if we do something, but we have the proof to back up the actions, we can work some
And
leeway
we're
into
not-
this.
Yes. Also, for all the trouble that's been put forward, and he pulls out a bag and sets it down. He says, the cost of your staying here, as well as a little bit more as compensation from the city of Luskin, has been taken care of. I know that some of you have made interesting choices, but I also know that being taken in the night, drugged, and left in a beachside cave and bartered against some sort of item is not exactly nice. And understanding the circumstances, we didn't make things easier, but we did what we had to. So I wanted to make sure that you understand that I personally made sure that you got something back.
You did what was right, Captain. The best of your ability, and for that, thank you.
But by the way, Captain,
I sigh.
check out the house on the check out the house on the shore. I might
Yeah,
lead
I-
you somewhere.
I can tell you, and Vol, being a tracker, is gonna relay that information. Here's where I was held. This is the cave system. Whether or not you'll find the cage remaining, uh, I can't speak to that. Maybe they would have cleared it out, but that's where I was. Yes, we will take our leave from this town.
You have the hotel for the rest of the night, but it seems as though we've also angered the people who own it. But you may stay for the evening if you'd like. The guards will no longer be posted outside of your room or the hotel. But I hopefully will not have to see you again. But if you do remain here, please be cautious. You may have someone after you, but there's nothing we can do about it at this point.
I understand. Thank you.
All right. I bid
Are
you
the
adieu.
guards still out there? The other two guards?
They're gonna walk away with him. They're still there currently, but
No,
we're
before
close
they
enough.
do, I just wanted to. Sorry for all the yelling. I was just a little upset.
And they gave no problem, sir. It's understandable.
Can
And
we
then
can
they,
we have our
um,
scroll back?
Oh, of course. And they hand it to the captain, who gives it to Knox.
Thank you.
And they leave you. in your hotel room to contemplate exactly what you want to do next, and that's where we're gonna pause.
Oh, we got 5 minutes. We can figure out what we're gonna do.
No, I want to give you guys some time as characters and players to kind of figure this out, because as a DM, I'm gonna want to get at least a little bit of insight into that. So
Right, so you can
uh,
handle it appropriately. That way you're not doing the
yeah,
old
so I don't have
spider
to
web.
prepare everything that's happening on the entire Sword Coast.
Vol, and clears into clear light. Magdor, goes on a drinking spree and tries to take out one of the guards to impersonate him, and I don't know what Nux would do.
Good job,
You're-
guys. Quite the reunion.
Man, yeah. Sounds like we're gonna be best of friends. You can find me on Twitter at 2timestyler.
You can find me on Twitter at LR the11th. All letters.
You can find me on Twitter at Glenn Houston Looks Like Huston with 2 N's.
And the
I
Glen.
am on Twitter. Yes, I am on Twitter at Zigzagoon.
We are a part of Casual Master Quest, a podcast network dedicated to giving you the video game news and tropes you deserve. You can find the show everywhere you can Google and on Twitter at MasterQuestPod. That was Nick, that was Brandon, that was Glenn, and this is Tyler. We will see you next week with another session of Casual Questmasters, and don't forget to never stop the quest. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Vol mad. Vol smash. Vol kill.
Bye.
Vol something.